Alrighty. Let's go ahead and bring Podbean up to speed. Alright, that way we can get the caller line up and running. And we'll be pushing to the website in just a second. And then we'll be ready to go. So I just have to ask you guys, are the levels good? The levels is good? The levels is good? Where's my lighter at? What a boy.
Okay. Big man, you wanna hear some hot takes? Let's see how woke you are. You know something about podcasts? Hell, dígame. You kidding me or what, man? I got these 3 drunk uncles with a sports podcast. They say they got fire takes, pure fuego. You find them wherever you listen to podcasts at. If it's what they say it is, you like and you subscribe. Listen, like, and subscribe, yeah. You know how to call into the show? Yeah, man, do the Podbean app. You'll need headphones with a mic to call in. That's no problem, man. They'll also be at Sharky's, 8:07 p.m. on the first Wednesdays of the month. You may get some free Blue Chew. And they keep receipts, so if anything happens in the sports world, MyT's gonna drop a take faster than a rabbit gets fucked. There's only 3 things I have in this world. My word, my balls, and this podcast. And I don't break them for nobody.
I may be late, but I ain't breaking it.
MyT Sports Season 7.
I'm gonna raise that curtain. Evening, and welcome back to another edition of the MyT Sports Podcast. I am your host, the one and only Talento My Taylor. Yo, it is another Fuego day in the hottest city in the world. It is February 14th. I'm not anticipating a lot of live listeners tonight. I'm not gonna lie to you. Only because it's Valentine's Day, and it's also Season 7, Episode 63, Excerpt 396 of the MyT Sports Podcast. And yeah, we are coming to you live directly from Miami, Florida. Miami adjacent Florida. Where they say we have lows of 57, highs of 76. Not quite sure what the current temperature is right there. I see SB already popping up in the room. He's our Canadian correspondent. You understand, folks? We got a big show for you today, because it's an exciting show today. You know how Mondays do, right? We got the Super Bowl to go over. We got LeBron James chasing greatness. We have Valentine's Day. Oh, yes, folks, today's Valentine's Day. So don't you guys be like me and during peak Valentine's Day and hours that you over here just gabbing for no goddamn reason. You make sure you get your squeak 'em on. Okay? We're going to talk about the Super Bowl MVP. We're definitely going to talk about that halftime show. We're going to talk about the People's MVP. We got the tea of the weekend. We got Blue Chew. We got the birthday party. We got the Knicks talk. We got all that and a whole lot more to go on the podcast. But you guys already know what we say here on the podcast. Regardless of the time.
Take that.
And regardless of the weather.
You play to win the game. Hello?
Now, boy, was that weather good in Cali last night. It's always a good time to talk some sports. Hold on. Let me clean my mouth off, because I was eating some red velvet cake. I want to make sure I don't got no crumbs all over my lips. So, shake it like a salt shaker, shake it like a salt shaker, shake it like a salt shaker, shake it like a salt shaker. Oh, jiggle-like. Oh. Let's start talking. Hold on. Let me bring Ric Flair up in this bitch real quick. Woo! Back at it like a sports fanatic. MyT Sports. Yo, Ric Flair, do you have anything to say to them before we get started? Like, anything at all? No? Okay. I thought Ric Flair was gonna bless us with something, but he decided to be shy. The only time I've ever seen Rick shy. Don't play with me.
Beat the man!
There we go.
You gotta beat the man! And I'm saying, woo! Right here!
Right here, baby. It's another exciting day at the Mighty Sports Podcast. I'm not even gonna hold you guys up. I see the other co-hosts coming through. Yo, we got all the drunk uncles in the business right now. Louisiana riding, jet flying. You know, we was just listening to that shit right before the podcast, right, baby? Limousine riding, jet flying, diamond ring wearing, kid stealing, jet. You know what I mean? He was out there. Woo! Shot the shoulders a couple times, dick it on the forearm, drop the coat on the floor, and then drop an elbow on it. Ric Flair in it. The originator of the drip. Yo, he is the drip godfather. And then after that, it was Mr. T. Like Mr. T, Mr. T used to come through like, yo, gold chain down to my dick kind of shit. Yo, he'll have more. He had so many chains on that that nigga's neck had to be thick because he had to do neck movements, all thing. That's why he put it full. I ever doubted that he could throw a right hook. Man. So let's get right into it, right? Let's get right into it. Let's get into the few topics that we all gonna get into, because there's not too many things that we're gonna talk that isn't Super Bowl related today. Like, let me just let you guys know right now, right? There are not too many things that we are gonna talk that isn't Super Bowl related. So let's get all the bullshit out of the way, right? Let's get everything that we need to get out of the way first, and then we're gonna get right into the Super Bowl. We ain't gonna hold any punches. We ain't gonna hold you guys up. We're just gonna make sure that we get right, and we're gonna give it to you. We're gonna give it to you exactly how you need it. Hey yo, do me a favor. Go ahead and drop that birthday beat for me, okay? Oh, that's hot. That's too hot. Stop it right now. Bring that down. Bring it like 4 notches, then bring it back in. There we go. Shit. I said I wanted a party. You motherfucker was like, yeah, it's your birthday. We said it's your birthday. Check it, yeah. Check it, yeah. Because it's your birthday, we sing happy birthday. Check it, yeah. Check it, yeah. I hope y'all guys saw her face when she realized she was on camera. You know, every day I live in fear. Oh my God, if you guys don't have no clue what's going on, if you're just listening, you wonder what the hell is going on, I can't explain it to you guys. So, let me tell you guys the 2 ways I would really like for you guys, if you can, to start watching the podcast. Either go to Twitch, right, which is you just go to twitch.tv/MyT Sports Podcast, or go watch it on YouTube. Same thing there. The MyT Sports on YouTube.com, /MyT Sports. Go ahead, listen, like, subscribe there, watch. You can see what was going on. My Sugars was over here. She didn't realize she was quite on camera. Hope you guys caught her face when she finally realized that I was filming her playing the video game. Oh yeah, that shit was hilarious. She had the big old shock. Oh my goodness. And then she came over here and beat me up because every day I live in fear of my. Okay. We know we're really here. We're here for the birthday celebration. Let's get back into it. Check it. Check it. Yeah. Check it. So we got a couple of birthdays to give a shout out to, folks. You know how we do here on a birthday party. We like to give a birthday shout out to everybody that had a birthday since the last time that we were here live on air. That means we're gonna give birthday shout outs to everybody that had a birthday on Friday the 12th, Saturday the 13th, and then Sorry, Saturday the 13th, Saturday the 12th. Check it. Sunday the 13th, and also today, the 14th of February, Valentine's Day. Oh shit, free game. So, unfortunately, I didn't have any birthdays that we had for the 12th, so we have no birthday shout-outs for the 12th. What we do have is started on the 13th. On the 13th, we want to say happy birthday to Nicole Boone. If that's who I think that is, right? Then I want to say that is a homegirl from Indiana, right? Yeah. I'm trying to remember what your husband's name is. Shit, Sean Boone. Yeah, my space partner from Indiana. Yeah, you came up in the house and we was just busting ass. Take that. Take that. Take that. Take that. Or we like to say here on the podcast. You know how we do here.
Take that, take that, take that.
Exactly, we was giving it to them. Books after books after books after books after books. Happy birthday, Nicole, aka Nix. Okay, also want to say happy birthday to Allie Musicant Perry. So, is there a congratulations order? Do you get married and I don't know about? But Allie is also a family party goer that we used to have about a decade ago or so. Happy birthday to her as well. And then for the birthdays today, I want to say happy birthday to the incredible Eliza Purple Hayes. Her name is actually Eliza Hayes, but she is such a soul child that I like to call her Eliza Purple Hayes. I like to give it a little twist onto it sometimes. You know what I mean? So I want to say Eliza Hayes, and I met Eliza Hayes while working with Platinum Pro Wrestling. For everybody that's watching, if you can see a couple of these postcards and stuff like that in the background. Right, we was with Platinum Pro Wrestling, and Platinum Pro Wrestling is going to be in Collier Fair up in Naples between March 18th and the 25th, 24th. I want to say, so if you guys are free, or you're in the Naples area and you going to that Collier Fair, come ahead and check us out. We will be up there. I am working out the arrangements to make sure I can get up there because I am the official ring announcer for Platinum Pro Wrestling. So I gotta make sure my voice is heard. I mean, it's been a while. I should have left you without a dope voice to step two. Step two. Let me stop. I'm wildin'. Right, so for the lovely Eliza Purple Hayes, I met the Platinum Pro Wrestler. I want to say happy birthday to you as well. And also, I'd like to say happy birthday to my two cousins, Michael and Natalie Davis. Yes, folks, I have two twin cousins that was born on Valentine's Day, and they are two of my dearest, they're two of the dear cousins that I grew up with. You know what I mean? So I definitely want to say, they're the closest ones to my age. I want to say happy birthday to them as well too. Love you guys. So to everybody, so to Nicole and to Allie and to Eliza Purple Hayes and to Michael and to Natalie and to the fam, I want to say a happy birthday. Hope you party hard. Hope you enjoy everything. Hope you regret nothing. But more importantly, we hope you get your weekend at Bernie's on, and we hope you continue to stay MyT. Now DJ MyT, cut that beat. Woof. Woof. What a birthday party we have going on here. I love the birthday party. As you guys know, right? As you guys already know, I always like to have some kind of sporting event going on in the background. And I am more importantly than anything else a Knicks fan. So what do I have? I have Josh Giddey in the Oklahoma City coming into the Garden and taking on the New York Knicks. I don't know if I want to say Julius Randle in the New York Knicks. It's not R.J. Barrett in the New York Knicks. I'm going to say Tom Thibodeau in the New York Knicks. R.J. Barrett currently is still out with an ankle injury. Don't worry, we'll go ahead and talk about that during our Knicks talk. But before we get into our Knicks talk, what we do want to get into is into our tea of the weekend, folks. If you know, the tea of the weekend is what we go ahead and we highlight every little mundane story that has come across our waiver wire over the last 3 days. Because we don't really talk over the weekend, and during the weekend is when the crazies come out. You understand? Like everybody got a couple of days off. You gets to drinking, you gets to thinking. Next thing you know, you bumping skin, so you gets to stinking. Right now, a couple of months later, you multiplying. Now you gets to thinking like, damn, why didn't I pull out when I had the chance? But we ain't gonna leave anything up for chance here, folks. We're gonna go ahead and grab a little bit of everything from the weekend, and we're gonna go ahead and get it started. As we're gonna start off, folks, I just wanna have to say I have to start off by saying happy Valentine's Day. Folks, we had Super Bowl 56. LVI. LA Rams. Cincinnati Bengals. 23-20. This was one of those games I didn't care who won. So generally, my thought process was,
Anybody can be beat.
OBJ. Peoples. MVP. First touchdown of the Super Bowl.
Cleveland! This is for you!
The Rock kicks off the Super Bowl.
Finally!
The Rock made his way to LA. Or was he always in LA? Was he cutting another movie? What about a show? He's always recording something. So to see him take a break just to do some Super Bowl work, which had me fired up. But I don't know if you ever noticed the logo to the podcast. It's kind of rockish without the muscles.
Finally!
Eli Apple burnt early. We played a bingo game. Shots for everybody.
Danger zone.
Danger zone. Eli Apple. Shots for everybody. Oh, this went down a whole lot easier after I already started drinking. Fireball. Not a fan. Woof.
Danger zone. Danger zone.
Adesanya retains title. That dude is a walking anime and pretty fucking badass. McDonald's. Kanye. Can I get a explanation on why you went to the Super Bowl wearing a goddamn mask that covered your whole face, looking like Ghost Face Killer? Why you sit with Antonio Brown, who ain't that motherfucking nigga? He wore the lights because all the lights was hurting his eyes. I see you guys. I see you, Chill Will, SB, Mark. I see all you guys. I see all the uncles popping up in the building. Listen, you guys ain't supposed to be doing what I'm doing. Like, I'm over here not getting Valentine's Day shenanigans. No squeak 'em, squeak 'em, squeak 'em, squeak, squeak 'em, squeak, squeak 'em for me right now. I'm over here gamming with you guys. I don't want to be a bad influence on you guys. Go get your squeak 'em, squeak 'em, squeak 'em, squeak 'em, squeak on.
Bing bong.
Halftime show. Whew. Halftime show. 90s. A little bit of 2000s. Excellence. MJ. Mary J. No more drama. Snoop Dogg. Diggity Dog. Doug Dog. Big Dog. One Dog. Dog Lion. Snoop Zion. Whatever he called himself. Crip walking. NFT. I don't know if you caught that. Crip walking, NFT, Super Bowl, NFTs. Go cash in. Oh, still don't know, but go get them. Dr. Dre sung a song that was written by Jay-Z. Shout out to Jay-Z for getting all these guys together. Kendrick Lamar, I almost forgot about you. I really, really almost forgot about you. I didn't write anything down for you. But you gonna be alright. Said you gonna be alright. I'm doing this on top of my dome and I'm telling you, nigga, that you gonna be alright. 50 cents. Niggas played him. They said he looked like 75 cents. They said he looked like $1.50. You still played him. That nigga's looking like 50 million. Put some respect on his motherfucking name. Rag to Riches just wasn't an album. Get Rich or Die Trying just wasn't an album. That motherfucker used it as a motto, a creed, a way of life. If you're an anime fan, that's my Greedo, or whatever the fuck they call it. That's his ninja way. Respect the 50 cent, the $50 million man. Yeah, he was looking heavy because his pockets is thick. respect his motherfucking hustle. Eminem kneels for
You play to win the game. Hello?
pause. But he kneels for Kaepernick. Respect to Eminem. NFL didn't want the knee. NFL didn't want the no love for police. But you know what?
Finally! It doesn't matter what you think!
Because,
Everybody's got a price.
and you knew what the fuck you was getting into when you signed those guys. So, to Eminem, to 50 Cent, Mary J, Kendrick, Snoop, and Jay-Z. And what the fuck was up with Fluffy's mustache? It was like porn store meets Mexican. I guess it makes you a Mexican porn store. Like, did you always have a mustache? Or did you just grow one for the Super Bowl? Well, whatever it was, before the Super Bowl, go back to your original look. This shit looks like you're a failed porn store. Not even a real porn store, but like a porn store that just started growing into his mustache. Cut that shit the fuck off. I mean, it's okay. You're not a black guy. Only black guys can't have a mustache because they look untrusted. I think you'll be alright. Go back to Stash List. It looks kind of creepy. My God. Just saying. You should have seen him. Cut the motherfucking mustache off. But that's my boy, Fluffy. Love you to death. Check out the Dopish Podcast Network. You can catch all of Fluffy's material, from wrestling to music to movies and beyond. We have the Fresh Prince. Did he get a Power remix? Also, are they making a Magic movie? James Harden, Kyrie Irving, they got beef. I mean, like, they got real beef where they went one-on-one about 100 times. And rumor says Kyrie busted his ass 98 times. So they had real beef. Every day, Kyrie will look at James Harden and tell him,
I'm champion! Get shit on! Get shit on! Get shit on! Your ass! Your ass! Shut the fuck up! 1v1 me, you pussy! Pussy! Fucking 1v1 me! You piece of shit!
things got heated real quick in the Brooklyn locker room. Kyrie didn't like Harden. Harden didn't like Kyrie. Harden is in Philly. Harden hasn't played yet. Ben Simmons is in Brooklyn. Ben hasn't played yet. What the fuck? Like, seriously. What the fuck? New versus alert. New versus alert. New versus alert. We got a new versus battle. 2011, Derrick Rose versus 2022, Ja Morant. I don't make these things up. It's what I hear on the wire. I'm just telling you guys, it's a thing people are talking about. Maybe we'll talk about it too. And speaking of beef, Conor McGregor, he has beef with Tyson Fury?
Danger zone.
I don't get it. Looks like Conor McGregor wants to get knocked out again for a couple $1 million. And aren't they supposed to be countrymen? You know Fury don't fuck with him. Fury's calling him out. Fury said, like, you talk a little too much for somebody that loses as much as he does. Not my words. That's Fury. take it up with him or the other Tyson. But you leave me the fuck out of this. And how about them Cowboys? Yeah, I said it. How about them Cowboys? Plus 1,200 odds to win the next Super Bowl. That's the 5th best odds behind Kansas City, Buffalo, the LA Rams, and Cincinnati Bengals.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
And that, folks, is your tea of the weekend.
Bing bong.
Now, before we get into anything sports related, right? Let me remind you guys to go ahead and check out the podcast everywhere that you can find podcasts at. Whether you're watching it on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, it doesn't matter. Just go ahead, look for it, like, listen, subscribe. Definitely subscribe so you can definitely hear that little
Bing bong.
anytime that I go live. You get that little notification, right? The best ways I'm gonna keep promoting people to go to right now, because I add another one. Definitely go to the YouTube, please. Go to the YouTube, like, share, and subscribe. But also, right, for all of you people out there that have Amazon Prime, if you have Amazon Prime, download the Twitch app and go ahead and subscribe to the Twitch page. Yes, folks, you already have a paid subscription to Amazon Prime. Utilize it to its maximum purpose and maximum extent, and also go ahead and Twitch. Get yourself a stream of live videos that you can go ahead and watch. Trust me, there's a whole bunch of original content on Twitch as well, including the MyT Sports Podcast. Go ahead, like that shit. Right? Listen, of course, but also go ahead and subscribe. Get that little
Bing bong
notification going on every time we go live. I got no kind of archives because we go live and then we go about our business. But I'm working on getting some archives over there for you guys on Twitch TV as well. You know what it is? It's twitch.tv/MyT Sports Podcast. Go ahead and check it out.
Bing bong.
And just to make sure that you guys get your Valentine's Day on right. Listen, I know it may be a little bit too late for you guys, but I hope that you get everything in order. And I hope that you were able to get yourself in order before we got here. But in case you didn't, you know what, you can always make it up to her. And you know how you can make it up? You can make it up to a failed performance tonight? That's by getting you some Blue Chew in the future. And what is Blue Chew? Blue Chew just happens to be a little blue pill, folks, that can get you back that thrill. All you need to do is open up a packet and head to the side. Just a few chews before you do. This little pill has the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, so this is one opportunity that you just can't miss. She's gonna love how you beat it out. Whoa. With a very low cost, she's gonna love how you beat it up like a boss, right? She's gonna love how you come through like a champ when you Blue Chew in advance. And all you need to do is use this week's promo code of DOTJ. Yes, that's Delta Oscar Tango Juliet. Business .J or do TJ, whoever the fuck TJ is. I don't know what the fuck TJ is, but do TJ. Use that promo code and you'll be able to get your order of Blue Chew for free from the folks right here at MyT. The only thing you're gonna be required to do is pay shipping and handle, because you gotta pay your postal workers for delivering in rain, snow, sleet, or hail. Okay, that's not much. That's nothing I can control. But what I can control is if you have an all-star performance every time that you have a performance. So you use this week's promo code. And I said this week's promo code because after 1 week, it will no longer be valid. DOTJ, this week's promo code, to make sure that you and your lady can have a beautiful day. And you get your Lionel Richie on. You don't know what Lionel Richie did outside of making Nicole Richie? Well, before, you know how he made Nicole Richie? By getting that all night long, all night, yeah, all night long. So you make sure you get yourself an order of Blue Chew today. Folks, alrighty, we got everybody here. I see SB in the room. I see Ron in the room. Double R. We got Chill Will up in the room. Let's go ahead and bring the drunk uncle correspondence up in here. We got Canada in the building. We got LA in the building. We got Cleveland in the building. Yo, I'm telling you, it's a smorgasbord of peoples in the building today, and we all got something to say to you. Because man, the Super Bowl was crazy. The Super Bowl was crazy. And I feel like I should give you some kind of Knicks talk. Right, New York Knicks are currently 25-32. They're currently, I don't know if they're losing or winning to the Oklahoma City Thunder, but we will sprinkle some Knicks talk here and there. We got to talk about this Super Bowl. I'm sorry, like there's days where I kind of bury the lead until the last hour of the podcast. Not today. Not on Valentine's Day. I am here to give you the love today. You understand? So I ain't gonna hold you guys up. Like I said, I understand. I know that you guys got some squeak squeak to get on and do it. So I'm gonna let you go ahead and get your pot out of the way so that you can get your squeaking on for the rest of the day. You understand? I'm not gonna hold you guys up because if you're stroking after midnight, then you're not stroking on Valentine's Day, and I'm not trying to hold you past midnight or past the stroke of midnight, as they say.
Danger zone.
Oh man, I'm sorry. You know what? I'm just gonna have to invite all of you guys in here now because I'm not gonna talk about the Super Bowl. We about to have a conversation about this motherfucking Super Bowl because I probably have one thing to say first, right? Before we start anything, right? Before we start anything out, I want to give a shout out to Odell Beckham Jr. I want to give a big old shout out to Odell Beckham. That kind of big up, some Stone Love kind of shit on Valentine's Day. You understand? Because I wish somebody would have asked me on the pod, because I got a couple friends that bet. I wish you guys would have asked me the one thing that I probably was sure about. The one thing that I would have taken my own money of significance and put something down on. And that was Odell Beckham Jr. scoring the first touchdown of the game. And we're able to see this nigga do the grizzly or the gritty or whatever the fuck they call that shit. Pause. I need to finish my shot. Alright. Odell Beckham Jr. scoring the first touchdown of the game. It was basically like he was giving a big middle finger to the New York Giants, a big middle finger to Baker Mayfield. Like when he scored that touchdown, it's like he looked in that camera and he was like,
Cleveland! This is for you!
you know what I mean? As LeBron James is sitting up in the stands, dancing to 50 Cent. I'll come up a little bit later. You know what I said? Catch me in the club, battle for the baby, mommy, I'm gonna give me love. You know, I was so lit. I was so lit. Guys, I would not be surprised if somebody had a camera on me watching plus 170 last night, ended up with 174, paid for coffee this morning. I'm happy. I'm gonna say like, listen. Hey, speaking of, I know that it's, hey, you know what? You didn't lose money, so I know we got some gamblers out there. Ron, if you don't mind me asking, how did you make out? Was it a plus or was it a minus? Like you don't have to give the exact numbers if you don't want to. Was it a plus or was it a minus? Actually, there's probably two things I probably would have been secure about. The coin toss being tails. And plus, that's what's up. Have you spoken to our DJ homeboy? Have you spoken to him? You did tell me. Listen, you did tell me Rams, and I didn't argue either side. I was here for both of it. Okay, no, because I was trying to find out if you heard of his winnings. Because I know that he came away big time. He came. Oh, okay, yeah. Talk to your boy. Compare notes. Like he came away with a good win. He came away with a good win. Let's say he won just about rent for a 4x4 New York studio apartment. Yeah, that's how much he won. Rent for 1 month of a 4x4 New York studio apartment. But he came around. I was like, okay, that's what's up. Because he won on the good easy. I think he won. He definitely won on the points, as you mentioned. Right. I had $100 on Bengals money line, $20 on the Rams winning at halftime, and Bengals winning the game at 50 on the Bengals plus 450 under the 45 parlay. Okay. I'm gonna have to see. I'm gonna let you know right now, SB. If you can talk, I'm gonna have you come out and explain this one because see, me reading this doesn't give it this. I don't feel like you gave it the same emphasis as somebody that's honestly in the minutia of betting to be able to say this because I'm gonna let you right now. I'm gonna let you know right now. This is the first day of calculus right now, And the only reason why some of this makes sense, 'cause I had to take pre-calc. Would you said all that shit? Like, this is the first day of it. I know he won, and I can never remember the dude's name, but I know he's Crystal's ex, because every time like he's in the building, like she doesn't want to be in the building. I think that's him. You know what I'm talking about here, right? The Knicks and Oklahoma City is in overtime. 112. Just started. 4 minutes and 47 seconds left. There's no reason why the Knicks should be in overtime with Oklahoma City, but it's the Knicks. You know, like
Anybody can be beat.
Well, you may be a few seconds ahead of me. Like I said, I am on that Kanye. I'm on that Kanye feed. Just to let you guys know, like I get the Kanye feed. So, but no, I see it now. 4 left. I see OKC 114, 112, and plus I don't say it's skipping, but I'll keep you guys up to date as we go along. I think honestly, like I said, please nobody check the score of the Raptors. Ooh, you know SB. Like I know what you just said, but I also know what you're saying because you know what happens. You say don't check the score, and what's the first thing that we all do? Okay, Google, what's the score of the Raptors game?
Currently, the Raptors are trailing the Pelicans 104-77 in the fourth quarter.
God damn!
You're sneaky.
What'd I do?
Be sneaky.
Okay.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day, baby. You see my baby up in the room.
No, you don't. You don't see nothing.
No, I have no cameras on you. It's all on me right now. It's like you ain't gonna catch me slipping, playing games. I just wanted to see you play games. I want to see how incredible your gaming skills are. The Knicks are now losing 116 to 112.
You wanted them to pick on me.
So let me show you guys this lovely Valentine's Day card that my girl got for me.
Oh, don't be doing stuff like that.
Right? Like, can I get you on camera so they can see you? So that I can see have me showing them to them? Thank you. I'm gonna get my baby on camera. So if you guys are watching on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, not Instagram. Sorry, Instagram people, you guys are gonna lose out, right? You guys are about to lose out 100%. I keep telling you guys on Instagram, like you guys are the behind the scenes camera. Like you guys don't get privileged to like the good stuff. You guys don't get the sweet shit lollipop. You know what I mean? You don't get the good shit from the candy shop. Speaking of candy shop, like man, again, y'all can stop making fun of 50 cents. But my girl got me this nice little Valentine's Day card. It says, "Open this card, turn it around, and hold it directly over your butt." And this is an inside joke because I'm gassy, people. I'm super gassy. And what do you get when you open it up inside? Bam, bam. Cupid's coming for you. Happy Valentine's Day. I love you, baby. Don't worry, Cupid won't be the only person coming later. Right. And baby, here you go. Happy Valentine's Day.
Oh, ho, ho, ha, ha. Why I gotta be on camera for this?
It just happened to work out that way.
Well, to my better half of us is nicer than the other half is true, and half of us is sweeter, and that half, of course, is you, and but blah blah blah. Look at the inside. Look, guys. All right, camera time over.
All right, we'll get back to have you guys watching the video game.
I'm trying to roll up and be discreet and like stay off camera.
Oh, okay. Now I'll take your camera so you can roll up. Because I roll up.
Damn, baby, your card look better than mine.
Oh, well, hold on, let me bring it back up on camera.
Look, y'all. Let me tell you how much he spent on this.
Wait, what you talking about? Don't be doing that.
In Canada, it's $759, right? And in the U.S., I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Mine had a lot more thought, guys. All right, back to sports.
Back
Turn
to
the
sports.
camera off.
All right, I got you off camera. So let's get back in the Super Bowl, right? As we doing with our Valentine's Day portion of the 50 lucky. Marshall took that knee. Everyone forgot about 50 shape after that. Listen, but yo, shout out to all of them. Shout out to all of them. Like the halftime show was fire. The game was fire. I was happy because this was one of the few times I could watch a Super Bowl and not have to worry about Tom Brady being in it. So I didn't have the game ruined for any reason, right? Or I could just enjoy the moments, right? Like that's probably like the biggest thing for me is that I was actually able to sit back and enjoy all of the moments. Because a lot of times I don't get a chance to enjoy the moments because when I'm watching the Tom Brady led Super Bowl, I not only when they're down, am I just waiting for him to come back, but also there's usually some kind of cheating scandal that goes along with it, right? If it wasn't like a deflate gate or a tuck rule or a spy gate, then his wide receivers are fresh off of steroids protocol, and they make catches that they've never ever made in their lifetime and catch a ball 1 centimeter off before it touches the ground, and yet you guys don't think that the steroid cycling through his body is not continuing to help heighten his skills. You just help him rest for 6 weeks. You didn't really help do anything. To be honest with you, if you really want to make sure these guys stay honest after they got busted for steroids, you should suspend them for the whole entire year, because when you only suspend them for 6 weeks, they still have the benefits of their steroids in their system. So I'm sorry, like you know what I mean. Like I didn't have to watch a Super Bowl and be critical about all of those little intricacies. I was actually able to watch in peace, and in peace, I got one of the biggest moments that I needed in the beginning, and like I said, and that was Odell Beckham Jr. going off early. Odell Beckham Jr. getting the first touchdown of the game. Odell Beckham Jr. I'm winning plus 725 for everybody out there. So if you bet $100, you came away with $825. Yeah, I'm telling you guys, if you would have asked me the one question on Friday about betting on this weekend, that's the one thing I would have told you. Odell Beckham is scoring that first touchdown. Like I said, when he scored that first touchdown, he held up 2 middle fingers. One was for the New York Giants, and the other one, well,
Cleveland! This is for you!
it just sucked what happened to Odell Beckham eventually, because he was gonna break his over/under. That's the other thing I would have bet on as well too. Over/under of Odell Beckham breaking, what was it, like 56 total yards? If I'm not mistaken, was the over/under for him on that game, and I think he was within 10 by the time he went down. Now I know this is I don't know. I really don't know what it is, right? Take it how you want to. But to me, Odell Beckham Jr. is the people's MVP of this game to me. Like, he's the people's champ. He's the people's, like, we had The Rock here, like at the beginning of this game, right? We had The Rock out here doing this thing, telling everybody,
It doesn't matter what you think!
he was over here picking winners in his introductory speech. Talk about
Finally!
But in injury, I am gonna deem Odell Beckham Jr. the people's MVP, because the Los Angeles Rams, their offense was pretty rolling until Odell Beckham was injured. And I remember it was so crazy. Odell Beckham shouldn't hit them with the Cleveland. This is me. Listen. Oh, he should have hit them. He should have. That would have been funny. Listen, I love you so much, baby. I love you too. Right, but you're right. That would have been funny if he hit him with it. But it's almost like he didn't have to. It's almost like he didn't have to. It was because at that moment, everybody like me was gonna do it for him. Everybody like me was going to hop on the air today and take up for Odell Beckham, because he came out and he shined early. He came out and we knew what he was going to do. Caught early slants. When he dropped that ball, at first I was like, yo, Odell Beckham, after catching that touchdown, you can't be dropping easy chips like that. And then the replay, and then I saw him stay on the ground. And next thing you know, right, you see him grabbing his kneecap. and you're like, oh no, wait, he didn't drop that ball. They showed a replay, and you realize that Odell Beckham Jr. had a non-contact injury. And we all know how we feel about non-contact injuries. Non-contact injuries are never good. Non-contact injuries mean something just blew the fuck up. Literally, something just blew the fuck up. Like, we're talking about like a quad coming off the bone, like Achilles popping, MCL snapping. Like we're talking about like when it's a non-contact injury and you go down, like it's like a bowl of Kellogg's cereal. All you hearing is snap, crackle, and pops. We got more of the drunken squad coming through in the building. So it sucked to see Odell Beckham Jr. go down, but it was good to see him get the success that he got before going down, because he went down early. So the fact that he already had about 50 yards and a touchdown already. And we're talking about we're barely halfway through the first quarter. First quarter, but I mean, what is it? We're barely halfway through the first half, the second, halfway through the second quarter. I mean, and you see the impact that he has, and you see how stagnant their offense actually looked for a while when Odell Beckham was gone. You can see there was some trouble. It didn't quite move the same. Like it looked like it slowed down a bit. Like they went from fifth gear down to fourth. Get over it. Right? So it looked like they went straight from fifth gear down to fourth a little. And it took them some time to rev the fuck back up. Now, Odell Beckham Jr. obviously wasn't the MVP of the game. I'm gonna tell you something that was funny. I didn't believe initially that Cooper Kupp should have been MVP. But that's when I also thought for the whole entire game, he had 4 yards, 50, he had 4 receptions, 53 yards and a touchdown. Or how many were 56 yards and a touchdown. I thought that was his yardage the whole entire game. You know, I'm watching the game, but I'm also in and out. I'm doing a lot of hooting and hollering. I'm doing a lot of drinking. I'm spinning back and forth. I'm between the 4 TVs that are on, and I'm mingling in different crowds. But initially, I thought that 4 receptions and 53 yards and a touchdown was his yardage for the whole entire game, and then I realized, oh no, that was his yards just on that last drive alone. And I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I can see it. Now, in a weird way, could I have easily have also seen Matthew Stafford get an MVP? Yeah, but you know how people feel, or how, like I honestly believe that if it wasn't for those interceptions that he threw, that they probably would have given him MVP. You guys tell me if I'm wrong. Right, or if you feel different. But I feel like if Matthew Stafford didn't throw that interception, he would have won MVP. But also, I feel that if Odell Beckham would have played the entire game, he would have been MVP as well. You feel Donald was the MVP? He did have the game-winning sack. But it was not even just the game-winning sack. That the whole entire fourth quarter, Sam Darnold dominated. Like, every time you looked up, he was like, you know what? You got sacked 9 times in a game. I think I'm going to go for 9 times in a quarter. That fourth quarter, they got to smoking Joe Burrow like his house was on fire. The sideline fight fired him up. Yeah, there was a little sideline fight. There was a nice little sideline fight. I ain't gonna lie. I thought there was gonna be like 4 ejections. I seen a couple people get snuffed in the face. You saw a bunch of helmets snap back during that thing. Every other thing, you just saw people eating shots. I thought it was gonna be like 4 ejections. They got the call from the commission. Was like, I'm gonna let it slide. I'm going to give them a fine, but I'm going to let it slide. You keep them in the game. I don't need no controversies to live and die in L.A. Snoop already called me. Crip game, nigga. Click. Cup, 8 for 92 with 2 touchdowns. Very impressive against it. Yeah, no. And that's what it ended up being. That last drive alone was basically half of his... Basically, that last drive was half of his yardage. Literally. 4 receptions, 50-something yards, and a touchdown. That last drive was half of his production. It was huge. It was huge. That's why when I realized he got MVP for that last drive, I was like, okay, I can see that. Listen, there's a couple people. This is just one of those Super Bowls I was just happy to see. I was just enjoying the moment, and I can't remember the last time I watched a Super Bowl and really felt very spectatorish, right? I didn't have a dog in the fight. I didn't have anybody that I hated there. It was just I just saw good football. Listen, I'm so glad Brady's done. That no good, dirty, rotten cheater. That no good, rack and frack. Right? Actually, you know what? I have a sounder that I should play for Tom Brady, right? It's not even. I don't even need to play like the one that you guys normally know. Just play the.
Dirty Turkish artifact, flat, Morton, Philip, Bucket Martin, Perkaloma, Burton, Dutton, Boston, Adams, Martin, and Attenborough.
That's what I feel about Tom Brady. I'm gonna have to add that into the mix there. Yeah, if you guys don't know what sounder that is, right? That is that old Looney Tunes sound from Yosemite Sam with anytime that he was fucking with Bugs Bunny and shit like that.
Dirty Turkish artifact, flat, Morton, Philip, Bucket Martin, Perkaloma, Burton, Dutton, Boston, Adams, Martin, and Attenborough.
For you prop bet guys, I think we got tails on the coin toss, which all right, we got what, tails on the coin toss. We had Odell Beckham scoring the first touchdown. We had the national anthem went over. I think the marker was 138, and I think it went to 150. Which I'm gonna tell you this: if you would have asked me, you would have lost money. I'm not gonna lie to you. If you would have asked me, you would have lost money because for what I heard about that country singer, I heard her nickname was Quick in Vegas or some shit like that. You know what I mean? So I think we can all agree Buffalo would have won the game. Buffalo didn't give up late touchdowns. So you know what? You just trying to start shit. SB, our Canadian correspondent. And yes, Buffalo Bills fan because, you know, when New York Jets and New York Giants want to make fun of the Buffalo Bills, we call them Canadian. So it just makes sense. It truly is a thing. Like that really is a thing that New York, that when Buffalo Bills fans be like, yo, we the only team that play in New York. We be like, nigga, you play in Canada. Stop it right now. Like I got a cousin right now that's in Canada that can see you playing without leaving his house. What do you think of The Rock? Some people were... Actually, the whole entire room, what do you think of... I'm a Rock fan. I think I'm the wrong person to ask that. I'm a Rock fan. If you guys ever saw the logo for the podcast, right? And if you ever really pay attention to it, and if you remember how The Rock used to hold his mic back in the day, yes. Take a look. It's The Rock without the muscles. I'm the pebble. See, so I'm a Rock fan, so I think I'm a little biased, but I was a fan of it. Like, he got me hyped. Like, I thought he was. I thought. Yeah, see, I don't know if you guys ever realized that shit, but yeah, it is kind of rockish. So when he came out, I was kind of hyped. Like, I'm jumping up and down while he's doing his intro. And yeah, and you know what? Like, Dwayne The Rock Johnson is at that point where he can barely do no. Oh, come on, man. He was in Jumanji. Was he in Jumanji? He was in Jumanji. Like, he did he did the fairy god tooth mother fairy. Like he wore magical wings. Like come on, like like it's just like The Rock paid his dues in Hollywood too. Like he started off with a couple of bad movies, a couple of like he was doing those movies with Stifler, right? Those Amazon movies with Stifler you know what I mean? And then he had the Scorpion King where they promoted it for so long and he had like a 5-minute scene in Scorpion King. Like I thought that movie was gonna be like had The Rock all over that shit. He had a scene for 5 minutes, 5 fucking minutes. Like he came and he gone and it was like like damn, where the fuck did he go? Like I thought we was gonna see The Rock.
It doesn't matter what you think.
Oh, okay, but I paid money for this shit. I like the Scorpion King too. Oh, is that the Mummy Returns? Same shit. Oh, he cut the Scorpion King from the spin-off of the Mummy King. Okay. I got intro give it to me. It doesn't matter what you think. Oh my god. So SB, when you guys were in school though, were you guys running around like rock bottoming and stone cold stunning? And people elbowing people all over the place because I know that's what we was doing. I remember I gave somebody a people's elbow in gym class. He was like, "Oh goddamn, that shit actually hurt." I hit it lovely.
The suck it was real big up here.
Oh yeah, we was giving people the suck it too. We was definitely giving people the suck it. That DX shit. So MVP goes to Cooper Kupp, not Matthew Stafford, not Sam Darnold, not Odell Beckham, who I honestly believe like could have easily have won it. Oh, finally, you dumb uncles are coming in here. So, SB, did you watch the Super Bowl alone or did you go to the Super Bowl party? SB?
I was watching alone. I don't like Super Bowl parties.
Oh, why is that?
Because like 90% of the people there, it's the first football game they've watched since the last Super Bowl.
You know what? You're not fully wrong, right? You're not at all. Because you know what? Funny, I was explaining to my girl that Super Bowl parties are kind of unique, right? Because you have people that are there for so many different things. Like we're all there just for the socializing. Like we're all just finding an excuse just to get like let's call it what it is. We're all finding an excuse to all to get together and just socialize. That's first and foremost. There's a few people there's people that's there for the game, right? And they're there to watch a football game, and they care about football. They've been watching football all year, and they're ready for its conclusion, that crescendo kind of shit, right? Then there's people that's there just for the commercials. Like they just want to see a fucking. They just want to see LeBron James talk to his kid self. They want to see a bunch of animated former football players have a nice little drive. You know what I mean? They want to see Kanye West order McDonald's and not know what the fuck he wants to order. Like some people are just there. Let's see. That's a Bill Blur joke about the only TV show where people only stop talking when the commercials come on. Listen, it really is. Like Super Bowl is one of those things that. If you're a normal football fan and you don't care so much about the football, that's our time to talk about the shit. But there's people that's there just for the commercials. But that's also why, if you do a proper football party, believe it or not, you do need to have multiple TVs. You can't have a football party with one TV. You cannot. You need to have multiple TVs set up in different areas, possible different rooms. And that way, the people that really want to hear the commercials, they can be in an area where they can hear the commercials. The people that are there to watch the game is going to talk in between, they can be in there to talk in between. As we all know, there's people that's also there just to see the halftime show. There's people that's just to see the halftime show, and that's it. You can't talk during halftime. See, if you have muscle memory like people that watch football the whole entire year, your muscle memory tells you leave during breaks, during the commercials because you go do something, and you leave during halftime to go do something, right? They were for the most part unimpressive. I wasn't feeling the Doritos one. I didn't see the LeBron James one until now. The McDonald's one, I was trying to figure out what the fuck was going on, but I mean it was the McDonald's one that was relatable at least. You know what I mean? Let me see. I'm trying to remember if there was any other commercials I could remember. The Sopranos one. Like that one had a bunch of little hidden messages. Like if you're a Sopranos fan, right? Because you're like, oh shit, the brother and the sister, the two kids, they're still alive, so they made it, right? And also, oh shit, the daughter knows how to parallel park now. Like, but other than that. Oh, somebody got something to say? Or is Mark about to come out here with his Miami salute? Mark?
Yo.
Oh, there he goes. Okay.
What up?
I don't know.
Yay?
Yeah. It sounds like you're ruffling your jacket all over the goddamn microphone. Melo Soprano, later seasons, hottest TV character ever. Really? Hottest TV character ever. I muted you, Mark, just to let you know. You got a lot of ruffling going on there. But once you're done ruffling, like, and you settle and you simmer down, like you can like just come right in on and mute yourself. We got you. Listen, I'm just
Linda Carter.
Linda Carter? What? You talking about Jimmy Carter's wife? Nigga, what? How far back are we going?
Wait.
What?
You said TV character.
You said Linda Carter. You said Jimmy Carter's wife? What did you say?
Wasn't her name Linda Carter? The old actress?
I think that's Jimmy Carter's wife, Linda Carter. I don't know if that's the right person. Are you talking about Betty White? What's going on here? Mark?
Yeah.
What's going on here? Are you talking about Betty White?
No, man. Betty White. Come on. What, from 227? Those three hot bitches?
227. Wait, Linda. Are you talking about the Disney show with the chick, the Carter chick? Is that her first name, Linda Carter? I don't think her name was Linda Carter.
Nah. Yeah, I'm talking about old girl, man.
From Marvel?
From Wonder Woman. When she spun around.
Oh. Listen, I loved me some Raven.
Wonder Woman, bro.
I loved me some Raven back then. Oh my god, because you can always tell that Raven that Raven was stacked. Like you could always tell that they did a really good job of hiding Raven's shape the whole entire time. Wait, we talking about Raven, or was she in the Raven show? Is that what you guys trying to say here? You know, you guys couldn't mute yourself, right?
Oh, no. That's the only one I could think of.
Like, I'm trying to see. I was also like a Lisa Turtle fan, and I don't think that Stacey Dash ever did any TV shows, and I don't think Nia Long ever did any TV shows I can remember either.
That's I might be wrong here.
But wait a minute. But I don't know. Wait a minute. I'm trying to remember. Who was there was that chick from the light skinned chick from 227. the Bonet chick, is that her? Was that what I'm thinking of? Like, see, I think it was stuff like that got me into neo soul. All right, let's talk about Sumo. Let's get back Super Bowl. All right. As much as a great of a performance it was on the field, right, by all of the players, right. There was also, let's see, Nia Long and Fresh Prince. Oh yes, she was in Fresh Prince. Oh no. Whoa. What about that chick? Steve Urkel's girlfriend, the one that was always after him. The one that died young. She was badass. Myra, yo. I'm telling you right now, like, I would have given up a pinky toe to see a sex tape with Myra in it. Like, Myra was hot. Like, yo, when they introduced Myra over whatever the other chick he was constantly chasing, I was like, yo, he's stupid for not going. She is much cuter. She is way better looking. Laura, there we go. He was so much better looking than Laura. I was like, he is tripping right now. The fact that he is not going. I was like, yo, you send a Myra my way. Like, listen, if Laura ain't trying to catch the pipe, listen, I'll pipe up and wife up Laura and wife up Myra in 2 seconds. Urkel was tripping. That nigga was smart, but he was dumb. He was one of them smart dumb niggas. He was one of them people that got beat up. See, that's what happened. He's one of those people that got beat up in the 80s. Like, actually, honestly say that truthfully. Like, because it was true. Oh, man. I don't know when people like him stopped getting beat up, but, you know, eventually we all learned, we all grew as a society, and we want everybody to prosper. But in the 90s, he was getting beat up. I'm sorry. We was picking on him on the bus. Like, he was going to go home crying a couple. I'm not bragging about this. I'm just letting you know how things just were. Like, it was just a different time. Like, you like to send a kid home crying for the day was kind of normal. Like, okay, you're the one for today. We might have a spin-off this podcast. Do they Myra T Family Matters podcast? Yeah. Do they Myra? You're funny.
Myra.
I see that. I see what you did there. I see that. T Family Matters podcast. Yo, no, she was hot. Like, yo, it was. They used to get on my nerves so much. That Urkel that's never, but I guess that was the point, right? That he had this woman that was supposed to be way better looking than the one he was after, and was actually after him, and was more in tune with the stuff that he was in tune with, and he couldn't see that shit because everybody always wants that most popular girl in school, so he was doing to her what was being done to him kind of shit. It was a lesson to be learned in the whole entire interaction. Then she died, and that was crazy. I still never forget that shit. That shit was just crazy. Like she was like all of a sudden like, yo, I'm like, wait, what do you mean? Like, she was just on the show last week. Like, yeah, what? This is a rerun? I'm looking at her. What the fuck you mean she dead? All right, let's move along. All right, because I don't want to talk about death so much, right? But the halftime show did kill it. Like, I want to know what happened later in the show. Did Jaleel get some clout and be like, okay, now I invent the machine and I'm a cool guy? Like, like who knows? Then Jaleel ended up becoming like too much of a jerk, and then he ended up having to go back to being Urkel. But let's get into the Super Bowl. The halftime show. The halftime show had me so hyped. Like I said, I was hyped for The Rock. Like, it was one of those Super Bowls, like I said, the energy was just good. Like, I was hyped in the introduction through The Rock. Right? Then it was a good, and like I said, Odell Beckham started off the game real good. And then, like I said, it was, you know what? It was a very good emotional roller coaster. That's what it was. And it was a good emotional roller coaster. Because normally when there's Tom Brady in the Super Bowl, I have bad emotions. It's like having a bad trip. Right? I have bad trips when Tom Brady's in the Super Bowl. But this was a good trip. This was like my first time on Molly's. This was like a really good trip. Right? So I enjoyed it. Halftime show came out and I couldn't stand still. I couldn't stay still. I'm jumping up and down. I was like, listen, when the Super Bowl show came on first, I was like, hey kids, all of you may have to go watch the television inside. I don't know if you want to be out here, you know what I mean, when this halftime show come on and all of the songs that your parents used to club to start playing. Like, you guys are just lucky that Juvenile didn't make it onto the halftime show. We definitely would have to send you guys inside. There would have been some twerking out in this bitch.
Did you go to Jack's?
Yeah, I went to Jack's. It was a nice setup. It was a pretty nice setup. I think he had like 1, 2, 3, 4, like 5 TVs set up. So like the kids were able to like sit in one room. What's that?
Not like my party last year though.
Listen. You know what they say, like how you don't like to compare eras. I like to compare Super Bowl parties. You know what I mean?
Hey, there ain't no comparison though.
It was a nice setup.
It was fire.
Like he had one in the living room. I know he had one in the room for the kids. Then he had 2 set up outside, and then there was another one like in the den area or whatever. So like it was pretty nice. So everywhere you went, he was able to capture it, whatever. And you know it was like it got a little chilly. I know it started getting windy last night. So we're here in South Florida. So for the majority of the time, actually the whole entire time, we're outside by the pool watching the Super Bowl. I understand not everybody can do that. I just wanted to throw a little bit of snow in your face. Sorry.
Yeah.
Listen, I left the cold for a reason. I'm sorry.
But I gotta say that. Sorry. I gotta say that the halftime show though, fucking Snoop killed that shit when he was crip walking.
Yo, listen. As soon as he started, I started
crip walk.
I started crip walking.
Oh, man.
Yo, B. The whole.
Oh, me too. I was doing the same shit.
Yo, the whole entire thing. Like I said, this is like me being in the club 20 years ago. You know what I mean? Me being not 20 years ago. It's like me being in the club 10 years ago. Shit, I haven't clubbed this whole decade really. Fuck, I haven't been in a club in a decade. Fuck, that's odd to me.
Shit.
I've been in bars. I haven't been in a club in a decade. Have I been in a club?
And then how about that Mary J. Blige had her period panties on and shit.
Yo, hey. That's not what she had on. She had her wrestling outfit on, okay? That is a wrestling outfit.
Wrestling outfit.
You gotta give her some respect, okay?
I thought that was period panties.
You don't want no drama with Mary. Like she listen, okay? You don't want none of that drama. Plus, Mary J. Blige may be too old to have a period at this point in time, okay? That is a wrestling outfit. But she had the boots on though. I was like, yo, she had the boots up to the crotch line though. I was like, yo. Yo, look at Ron. Look at the comment. It was like, wow, it's true though. Like I'm saying it, you wasn't thinking about it, but you know it's kind of true. Like, damn, she may be too old to have a period for real.
Shit, not only that. Yo, but she killed it though when she just flopped back. And she just laid down. Instead of dropping the mic, she dropped herself. That was awesome.
But you know what you realize, right? How people have been complaining that the Super Bowl acts have been too old. But yet we had a Super Bowl act filled with 60-year-olds and 50-year-olds, and it did not feel like the act was too old. For what? It's weird.
Listen.
Like even though Kendrick Lamar was there, but come on, Dr. Dre's in his 60s. We're talking about Mary J. Blige. Mary J. Blige, she's in her 50s. Snoop Dogg is in his 50s. Fucking 50 Cent is in his 40s. Eminem is in his 50s.
50 Cent. Fat 50, I'm gonna call him.
Listen, no, that's 50 mil.
Yo.
That's 50 mil. That ain't 50 Cent. That's 50 mil. M is 49. Okay, he's damn near 50. Like, Kendrick Lamar is the youngest person out there. Like, for real. And he gonna be alright.
His show had nothing to do with, like, at least everybody combined, like, with the whites and shit. He was just, like, on the side, just doing his thing and shit.
He's like, yo, I'm not from this era.
He was like, nah, I don't like... Yeah. He's like, yeah. He's like, I'm gonna do it my way.
Yeah. But they all
do it my way.
But they all did it. They all did it their way.
With y'all like that.
They all did it their way. I don't know if you heard the NFL. They didn't want Dr. Dre to. I'm talking about that. And he still has no and still hate the police. So they made him change the lyric to still have no love for police, right? So they say they still hate the police, and they didn't want Eminem to take a knee either.
Mm-hmm.
And both of them were like, "Fuck you! I'm gonna do what the fuck I want to do."
Yeah,
they started
curious to get your opinion on that Eminem thing.
What's that?
So I was curious to get your guys' opinion on the Eminem thing. Like, did you think of that as like a cool moment that he did that, or was it?
Yes.
Did it come out corny?
No, as soon as he did it, I was like, yes, M, go ahead and do that shit. Take that. I was like, because also, Eminem is probably the most controversial artist on that stage, right? Based off of his lyrics and his and how he goes about his business. Like, I understand, like, people have gone to jail and people have been accused of murder and shit like that, and there's NWA and shit like that. But he's probably the most controversial person like on his stage. So for him to do that shit, not surprised. Because also he has openly talked about the NFL and their bullshit. And he was open about this. That's why to see him also do it is also kind of not surprising. Like there was even a thought that may happen, but to have Eminem do it, like, yeah, I was 100% for it. I was like, yeah, go ahead and take that in the M. Like that's what I'm talking about. That's what the fuck I'm talking about. And
He's talked about Colin a lot in his lyrics lately too. They'll throw a Kaepernick tantrum when you don't stand for the national anthem.
What's that? Say that again?
Reset me?
SB, can you repeat that, please?
He's mentioned Colin. So you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
He's mentioned Colin in his lyrics before. He said there's a song where he talks about if they don't agree, they'll throw a Kaepernick tantrum if you don't stand for the national anthem. He wore a Kaepernick jersey in his one of his new music videos.
Ah, no, yeah. Listen, like we all know M to always push the limit, and if there's a topic that he feels strong about, you know, he's not gonna hide behind corporate or anything else like that. And hide what he has to say. He's gonna do what the fuck he says and just deal with whatever consequences. It's like, hey, but you know what though? That's what rock stars do. Like, that's what you do when you're that kind of celebrity rock star. And every last one of them have had the kind of stardom, but that's what hip hop does too. You know, rock stars. That's what rock stars does. That's what hip hop is. Like, we push the grain. Like, you push against the envelope. You push against the system. Like, that's what rock and roll was based off of. That's what hip hop was kind of surrounded around as well too. Like, it's always finding a way to go against the system and challenge the masses. You know what I mean? But listen, I was 100% for him. I didn't think it was corny at all. Like, I definitely Eminem. And like I said, he's also been a respected artist for God knows how long. He definitely gets big up. 50 Cent is only 46. Okay. So 56, 46, Eminem 49, Dr. Dre 60 though, Snoop Dogg in his 50s, Mary J. Blige, I guarantee she's like in her 50s. He doesn't have a podcast, a shutdown, or a social media presence. Right? 56 for Dr. Dre. Oh, okay, it's not quite 60. I don't know why I thought Dr. Dre was 60 already. Shit. So it's 50s and 40s too, like, cause see, like, I guess it all depends on who's looking at this now, because I didn't hear the complaint this time. Because hey, that's still decent ages on there. 50 something, 40 something. I just looked up their ages. How old is Mary J. Blige? Shit. He's only 7 years older than M. Listen. Actually, yeah, listen, I'm actually surprised that Dr. Dre isn't in his 60s already, to be honest with you. I feel like Dr. Dre has been rapping since the 70s.
He has.
Like,
He has.
Yo. So, you realize that's already 6 decades, right? We talk about the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, the teens, and the 20s. That's 7 decades now he's already been rapping. Mary J. Blige is 51. You know what I'm starting to realize also? I didn't realize how closer in age we were to some of the people that was rapping ahead of us. Senior citizens with attitude. Hey, you know what I call them now? They're no longer niggas with attitude. They're niggas with assets now. NWA. They changed the whole entire game.
Wow. But that shit was dope though.
I was hyped.
That was a good one.
And even Kendrick Lamar's portion didn't break the hypeness. You know what I mean? Because Kendrick, like, there's not a lot of artists that probably could have fit. And I'm not talking about the LA shit. Like fuck the LA vibes. At any point in time, if they would have went to certain cities and had to pull a more younger artist, to kind of going with the 90s and 2000 artists, Kendrick Lamar is one of those guys that can slide right in. J. Cole was one of those guys. He can slide right in. Drake is one of those guys. He would have been able to slide right in. I think what's his name? I think the Baby may have been able to slide right in. And I think, you know what I mean. There's a couple of guys. Lil Wayne, you know what I mean. But Lil Wayne is more. I think he's more of a tweener. You know what I mean. He's been rapping for so goddamn long now.
I think he's like 40. I think he reached 40 already.
He definitely has to be 40 by now. Cause he's been wobbling since like since the 90s. He gotta be 40. He was like 9 at least back then. Like he gotta be at least 40 by now. Wait, no shit, maybe not. He may not be 40. Huh, hold on.
No, he's gotta be 40.
Cause he was a teenager when I was a teenager. Like I think I'm slightly older than Lil Wayne. For some odd reason, I honestly think that I'm slightly older than Lil Wayne, and
I'm a man. I'm 40.
So I don't think he's there yet. Somebody's gonna pull that up for us really soon. I have a joke about what the A stands for. Easy, but out of respect, I will not say it. Okay, Ice Cube. What about Ice Cube? Not A stands for the roles for Cube. Listen. A now stands for assets for Dre and acting roles for Cube. Listen, man, like these guys have definitely, like when you just talk about NWA and there's some of their surviving members, right? Like Dr. Dre and Ice Cube and what they've slowly done, which is weird that we didn't get an appearance from Ice Cube, and I heard somebody joke that he wasn't back.
Like 40.
What's that? Is he 40 or is he close to 40?
40.
40 exactly?
If he ain't 40, 39.
Okay, somebody pull up Lil Wayne's age for me. Because I'm telling you, like, I feel like, I don't know why I feel like
he's like 39, 40.
There we go, 39. September of 82. So current age 39. Alright, so he's not 40 yet. That's just like, I have a feeling I'm older than Lil Wayne. That's what I was like, I know I'm slightly older than Lil Wayne. For some reason, I'm like, when he was wobbling, like, and skipping school, like, I was in the same grade having to go to school. And I ain't like his wobbly. Like, I wasn't a fan of him. Like, I ain't become a Lil Wayne fan to the Carter 3, to be honest with you.
Man, all you know, New York niggas, they never like Lil Wayne until the 2000s, bro. 2002.
Was that the Carter 3?
Like big timers, none of them. Because they was big timers. They was big timers. It was in the 90s. That's 97, 98. Y'all couldn't stand them.
But you know what, though?
Y'all ain't like No Limit. It took y'all a long time to like No Limit.
But you know what, though?
All them South. All them South took y'all.
It was tough, though. Okay.
That's 100% correct.
Listen, no. It was tough, though, because
100.
I'm going to tell you this. I bought all of those No Limit and Cash Money record, like albums. Remember when No Limit was dropping an album like every 2 weeks? There was an orange cover, then a purple cover, then a gray cover. I was getting all them shits. I was stopping in like $17.99.
It was Mac. It was just the No Limit.
It was Silk the Shocker, Mr.
It was
Cool.
like 20 some miles albums a year.
That shit was brilliant, and that's part of the reason. That's part of the reason. But
Talent was over. You were already in Florida at that time.
No, I was actually in Carolina. I was in Carolina. That's worse. That's actually
already open.
Yeah, but that's actually South. Because
everybody, you can't avoid it.
Yeah, because you get to South Florida.
You can't avoid it.
You can still get isolated by New York shit. You get in Carolina, like so. But I was buying that shit. Like I was listening to that shit. Like, okay, like I was listening to all them shits. Listen, some of their albums were rough and some of their albums were alright. Like Silk the Shocker was always a rough listen to me. Like, I don't care what nobody says.
So it took me about a year to like him.
Yeah, Silk the Shocker.
I couldn't stand Juniper now.
Like, Silk the Shocker was...
I thought I was waiting for the song to drop. But that was the whole
also,
song.
listen, I did
like, what's going on?
I did that shit for Rough Riders.
This is the whole song.
Like, you remember Drag On? Drag On's album is a rough listen, too. He's no better than Silk the fucking Shocker. Like, I don't like.
He's better than Silk the
Hell
Shocker.
yeah.
What's that?
Hell yeah.
What?
Dragon, that nigga nice.
You stupid. Listen to his album. His
It's
album
short.
sucked. He had one banger. He had like one banger and a half a banger on somebody
It didn't
else's.
suck though, bro. I heard his album. I bought his album.
I
It
got
was
his
not
album
great,
right
but it
now.
wasn't bad.
That shit was
It was
bad.
like a 3.5 mic. Like
Three?
a 3.5
No,
mic out of
that shit was like 1.5 mics. Like two if you got some money
No,
underneath the table.
Out of 5 mics, it was
1.5. 1.5. I'm sorry. 1.5.
And Swiss Beats was the producer, so it couldn't have been that bad.
It was trash. It was like the Memphis Bleak's 4th and 5th albums. Like
Don't make me break out something. I know a good about 3 songs I offered there already.
So
See,
three,
what happened with him? No, what happened with him when he was like before his album, he was dropping like fire. So you had like high expectations for him. That's what happened.
listen, it's the same thing with what's his name, the dude from 50 Cent. What's that? The big lip motherfucker. He got his voice like this, and he let one rhyme and the choice like this. Beamer Benz and Bentley, Beamer Benz and Bentley. Lloyd Banks. That nigga's album was kind of whack. His mixtape was fire, but his album was whack as fuck.
Yeah, his album was kind of whack.
Listen. Like, there was nothing. Listen, Chuba, you all right? It did.
But Dragon was alright though.
As a New Yorker, we really did have to force ourselves to listen to Southern rap. But I listen. I bought them all. I bought everything. Like I bought the 3-6 Mafias. I bought the big Mercs, the big merch. Like whoever's at the big mics. Like you know what I mean. Like the big Lloyds. All of them shits. Like all them bigs. Like you know what I mean. Like I had them shit. Then when I got to the army, like I had my boy from Virginia pumping me on them shits too. Like I could you could have avoided them shits. But Silk the Shocker sucked, and so did Dragon. Them niggas could go in the trash can. Them niggas is Basuda. Right with Lloyd Banks. All them niggas is Basuda. Listen, like, Can I Bust is better than them niggas. Like all day long.
He sucked, but he went hard, bro. Like Too Short sucked, but he went hard. Like,
Too Short did not suck. Too Short did not suck.
Come on.
Too Short was pimpish, man.
Too Short.
Too Short did. Come on, man. Why you hating on the light
sucked,
skins?
bro.
You just don't like it because he's light skinned.
Too Short sucked. Too Short ain't light skinned. What's going on with you today? Too Short ain't light skinned. What?
Wait,
Too Short? We talking about the same guy?
Too Short is
Yo,
light
Too
skinned.
Short. He has some bangers
Isn't
though.
Too Short light skinned?
No, he not light skinned. He my color. He like brown. He my color.
Okay, no. Okay, he's a little darker than
But
I.
at any rate-
Okay, he's darker than I remembered.
But at any rate, he sucked. Too Short sucked.
What?
But he had bangers though.
But he had bangers.
He has
Yes,
bangers.
that's my point. Same thing with Silk. Exactly. Same thing with Silk. It ain't my fault.
Okay, he did have some bangers,
That right there.
but see,
you'll get you beat up. in the
so
club.
okay, so I'm gonna tell you this, right? So, okay, we all know this, right? Times changed as we were listening to music. Cause remember, like you needed a banger to help promote your album, but your banger was just your banger. You still had to produce a solid album. That's how you were judged on was your album. Everybody could put out a banger. You know what I mean? It's like everybody could hit one shot out of 10. It's like, hey, can you put together 8 out of 10 free throws? Like, can you show consistency? You know what I mean? Like everybody could have a Julius Randle year. Can you have a LeBron kind of career? Like if you want to be honest, you know what I mean? Like, and that's what I'm talking. So we judge people up based off of their albums back then. Now everybody's judged only off their bangers. I don't think tell me if I'm wrong. I don't think people are judged off their albums anymore. I think people are judged just based off of the bangers that they put out nowadays, and that's it. And if
but back in the day, your single will go fucking gold or platinum, and that's just your one single with a B-side, and then you put out an album.
Yeah.
And then you make another. Then you used to make more money on top of your single.
You know, you used to drop 3 singles first, have those singles go like triple platinum, go platinum, whatever, and then you go ahead and you drop the whole entire album. But your album still needed to be solid. Like those bangers, those singles were a lead up to a solid album. And then you got judged like, oh, okay, they had these bangers, but their album was trash. Like Silk the Shocker, I'll give it. He had some bangers, but his album was straight Basuda, B. Like I'm sorry, that shit needed to be on the curb every fucking Tuesday.
I don't know, bro. Cause they had beats by the pound. You killing me with this. You got the most legendary producer talking about these albums suck. Dragon had Swiss beats.
And
Like
listen,
600 beats by the pound, bro.
but he didn't get Swiss. But he didn't get Swiss's. He didn't get Swiss's A
Remember, hold
beats.
on, listen to this. You remember that?
He didn't get Swiss's A beats. He got Swiss's Z beats. Like, okay, we all know that. We all know producers got the good beats that they hold for like the Jay-Z's and the Nas's, and then they have those beats that they hold for like the Silk the Shockers and the Dragons. It's like, you know what? Hey, go try this shit out. Like Jay-Z turned this shit down. Everybody turn this shit out. I think you'll like it. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Like we don't. I'm being a little facetious. You know, you know how I get.
At the time, I mean, now you go like and look at it, but at the time, it was no whack albums because they had so many beats on their album. They all suck except Mac. I mean, except like Fame. All of them couldn't rap.
Mystical was
They
fire.
had dope beats.
I love me some Mystical though.
Me and X.
I remember me. I love me. Me and X too. I remember that too.
Mystical was later though. You know what I'm saying? So. It was not that many rappers on there, so they had to have.
I was
Master P on half the album.
Hey, when Snoop Dogg,
Mystical's album.
Mystical's albums was fire.
It was Mystical.
His albums were fire. Mystical's albums were fire. They really were. Like I don't listen. You had to listen to it. Like to this day, he probably has one of the, like how you know how Redman, he has a historical skit series, right? The Superman Lover joint.
Yeah.
Well, Mystical also has a historical skit series, but also a historical song series, right? And that's called the Still Smoking series. Still smoking herb. Still smoking herb.
Superman Lover. You talking about Superman Lover?
Yes, that's Redman had the Superman Lover, and as Mystical had the Still Smoking joint. See, it's little things.
That was a skit. That was a song.
Yeah. Like, but it was like Superman Lover ended up being like a skit song because he also had songs that went along. Like part 1 would be the skit, and then part 2 ended up being like the song or some shit like that. So like I think that's how he always did. Like, you know what I mean? So like he.
Tell him why you mad.
What?
Who had to tell him why mad rapper? Who was telling why you mad?
Tell him why you mad. Tell him why you. That was the mad rapper. Oh, that skits on Biggie's album.
Was that Biggie?
But that went through a couple of albums. That was on Biggie's album. Then I think it was also on Puffy's album as well, and it's on somebody. I think they did 3 skits total. Was they also on a Mace or Locks album? Whose album were they on? They went a couple of places, but they had like 2-3 skits for the Mad Rapper. It's like, yo, you gave him my shit, son? You gave him son the fucking projects? Hey, guys, go back to the 4th season of the podcast. I remade the intro of that whole entire kicking the door with the 4-4 shit. I redid that intro for the 4th season.
All right.
I know.
That kitchen's closed, right?
Yeah.
Knew it was.
What was your favorite moment from the Super Bowl? Anybody?
Start closing. And that's why.
Oh, I can go outside. Are you sure? Are you sure? Okay. Appreciate you.
Okay.
You mean like in the game?
Just
somebody in the game.
Your favorite moment from the Super Bowl, period. It could be something in the game. It could be anything. What was your favorite moment from the Super Bowl?
My favorite moment from the Super Bowl when Odell Beckham got hurt.
Oh my God! You know what? You know what?
Yo,
I had to think about
this is for you. Damn.
You know what? I respect it. Because if the same thing would have happened to Tom Brady, like in the Super Bowl, you would have asked me. That would have been my line. Now I would have said the same. Yo, Tom Brady got hurt. Listen, my favorite part of the Super Bowl is the fact that Tom Brady's not in it.
Karma's a bitch. I'm like, in my head, Karma's a bitch.
Listen, he got his ring though. He got his ring, and I think not only did he get his ring, but he contributed to getting his ring. He contributed big time. Like he put that first point in. He set the pace of the game, and that's big time. Like you can't take that back. Like I said, and because of the injury, now He was out for the season. What's that?
And next season.
Yeah.
He
and,
said
and,
he
and
got
it's
the
a
same. He got the what is that? The third ACL injury? Like that's the third, maybe second.
I know definitely at least the second. Like, I don't know, but yeah, and it's a payday year too, so it's gonna be tough. So for him, like I said, it's just a nice little cherry to his career, the fact that he was able to get this ring. Like I said, you saw him crying.
He
Like,
did.
I mean, he
You know what I'm saying?
and
Niggas get ACLs every day, B.
Yeah.
You'll be alright.
But the fact that he got injured too, right? Now it allows the folk story of Odell Beckham in this Super Bowl. It allows that to be ran with because he started off so well. Now the what if gets to always be attached. And for most people that I've talked to so far, they feel like he was about to have a 100-yard game and be MVP kind of shit.
Oh, easy. Yeah, easy.
See?
Easy.
So now we'll never know, and because of the injury, he gets elevated to, well, he probably would have. You know what I mean? So he won.
Matthew Stafford wouldn't have let that happen.
I don't know. I probably who knows? But I feel like he won by getting injured when he did. It's almost you know what I mean? It's almost like Biggie and Tupac dying early. You know what I mean? In a weird way, is that now what they did at that point in time in their legacy carries on with them forever. Like it's kind of hard to debate what the fuck happens after that. Like you just kind of want to continue their greatness after that. Where who knows if after their third album they would have fell off like DMX, you know? And who knows?
Damn.
But
rest in peace, B.
But now you never know. Now you never know. You never know. Like that's the thing about that's the thing I guess the work that works in his favor. Never know. Shout out to Bobby for plus 1900.
So my favorite part of is I went to go watch the game.
Come back to the phone. Hey, Papi, come back to the phone, Papi. We're losing you. Ven aquí.
Can you hear me?
There we go.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we got you.
So where I was watching the game at, since I was invited to the other party,
oh shit,
I had to go find another party.
Secret location.
So yeah, right. So my boy, he played the the football squares and shit.
Yeah.
So this nigga played it was $500 a box, yo. He put like 2 G's down. He played it was 500, and then he did another one for 100. So out of all the ones he played, the 500 one, he had fucking 3 and 0 to fucking to hit. This nigga hit the first quarter. He hit the first quarter, got 9 G's. Boom. He won 9 G's in the first quarter. So we're like, oh shit. Like he's like, all right, I'm good. I got my money back. I feel good. Da, da, da. So now the game is 20-16. And he's like, yo, if the fucking Rams score right now, the payout for the final score is $25,000. So we're like, yeah, exactly. So we're like, yo, we forgot about the game. We
rooting for him now, yo.
We didn't care who won. It was just like, yeah. It was just like, yo, we gotta get that money. Yeah, we're gonna get. Yo, so bottom line, he ended up getting fucking 30. He ended up with all the things he played. He ended up with $36,000, bro.
Okay.
36 G's, B. I was like, yo, but it was so dope because it was like I said, like I wanted Cincy to win. I was hoping it'd be like 30-23, but when time was running out, and Cincy fucking, I mean when it was like the last, yo, that shit was so much fun, yo. That shit that turned up like the intensity and the funness. That shit was dope. So the final drop was kind of cool for me.
No.
I can't believe they took all that time off the clock too.
I said it was just good. It was just good football. It was just good. Like, it was a good football game. Like it was no real love. It wasn't a real blowout. Action was all. This whole entire postseason is probably one of the best postseasons I can remember. It was just very good football or close football games. Like who knows? those, like, because, you know, some people could look at it a little bit more fundamentally, but like, God, that wasn't good football. Fundamentally this and you know what I mean. Like, relax, calm down.
It was only two blowouts. Only two blowouts. Arizona got blown out, and fucking
Cowboys.
Nah, Cowboys didn't get blown out. Fucking Arizona and the AFC team. Fucking
Tennessee? Indiana?
No, that was good game too. Indiana didn't make it.
Baltimore? Philly. There we go.
Baltimore didn't make it either.
I know.
Oh, Philly, yeah. Philly and Arizona was the only two blowouts. It was Philly and Arizona, the only two blowouts. All the other games were fucking tight. It was a real good fucking playoff.
Yo, how crazy is this, right? You said that Philly and Arizona only two blowouts. That Kyler Murray has officially unfollowed the whole entire Arizona organization and everything Arizona Cardinals related. Let's see here. We got Cleveland in the building. We got the LA Rams. We got the LA Chargers in the building, and we got the Dallas Cowboys and the Las Vegas Raiders in the building. Would any of you take Kyler Murray over your current quarterback right now? As the New York representative, I'm saying yes for the Giants and for the Jets.
I say yes to the Raiders.
You're saying yes for the Raiders? What about for your Cowboys?
Yeah. Nah, I'm good with that.
And you're good over there in Charger land. And what about down there? What about up there in Cleveland? Yeah, is it a chill or no chill, or taking Kyler Murray over your current quarterback?
Shit, I'm gonna make up.
Wait, we actually
sure, better say yes.
He's like, he better say yes.
Arizona.
Over Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert, he's good, man. He's the future. He's good.
He definitely is one of them. The future of the NFL as far as quarterbacks right now, I want to say that we're in a good position, and we're gonna have a crazy quarterback carousel coming at the end of this year. Like it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be absolutely crazy. And Ronnie, since I got you on the line now, what was your favorite moment from the Super Bowl?
I said just the Rams winning, the epic catch in the end, man. I mean, like I said, Matthew Stafford, he was long overdue. 12 years in Detroit? Come on, man. He deserves that more than the Bengals. I'm sorry.
You're right. He did deserve it. And the good thing about at least the Bengals, they made them take it. They made them take it.
Matthew Stafford, 12 years in Detroit, man. He deserves it.
Man, that ain't got nothing. Listen, everywhere a great quarterback goes, he turns a shit town to a great town. You know what I'm saying? He's not the real deal. He never will be.
I don't know. Can anybody turn around Detroit?
The best defense. The best.
Detroit didn't put a team up on the field, man.
Did anybody turn around Cincinnati?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what I'm talking about.
I didn't think Cincinnati was unturnaroundable, though.
Who? What?
I never thought Cincinnati was unturnaroundable.
They only like the Browns.
No, they were good in the past, though, when they had Carson Palmer, though, man.
But my point is, they never won nothing. They were
but for like, it was always playoff bound. And always just needing a little bit extra.
They weren't. No, hold on.
During those Marvin Lewis eras?
Carson Palmer was not always. Yes. Marvin Lewis went how long being a coach and never won? He went to the
long time.
Maybe like 3 times out of 12 years.
I thought he made the playoffs a lot more than that.
They sucked. No, he didn't. Carson Palmer had 2 or 3 good years, bro. Like, I mean, he didn't won the Hall of Fame. Matthew Stafford might because he won a Super Bowl, but he never elevated the team. He had to go to the team with the best offensive coach, the best defense, you know what I'm saying, the best wide receiver. I mean, it's who had to put a service. Garoppolo would have won another situation.
You know what? I'm just glad you're saying this. So I'm just glad you're saying this. so that when I say the same thing about Tom Brady and Tampa Bay, don't say shit to me.
That was the same thing. You can't compare Matthew Stafford and Tom Brady. That's ridiculous.
No, wait, no, what did you just say? No. You weren't comparing people. You spoke of a scenario. No. You weren't using people. You used a scenario, and you were comparing. Oh, what was that scenario you just said, Chill Will? Come on, Chill Will. No, come on, Chill Will. Let's get that juvenile on. Let's back that up a little bit. What was that scenario you just pointed out?
For Tom Brady.
What did you just point out? What kind of scenario did you just point out, Chill Will?
You're talking about
never compared Michael Jordan and John Starks.
No. You weren't comparing people. I'm talking about scenarios. You spoke of scenarios in a situation. What scenario did you just talk about?
You can't.
You talked about a good quarterback going to a loaded team with weapons all over the place. That sounds like your milk goat of all time, Mr. Thomas Bradley.
In the first year, winning the Super Bowl.
Hey, Matthew Stafford just did it too. First year, winning a Super Bowl. Did it at home, won a Super Bowl.
My point is, would you ever literally compare Dan Marino and fucking Carson Palmer?
I can compare scenarios.
You can't do that. No,
we're not comparing people here. We're comparing.
Big difference.
No, not in this case. Not based off what you said, Chill Will. I understand they're not in the same ballpark, but you used a scenario that made it void of individual people, where you could just plug and play. You just basically said this. He just went to a loaded team. Any old quarterback could have went to this loaded team.
You can't plug and play because Tampa wasn't about to win the Super Bowl without Tom Brady. We're about to see what before and after Tom Brady. You see what if Tampa Bay don't do nothing before and after. You see how good Tom Brady.
No. Because
how good Tom Brady.
Are they gonna have Antonio? No, because Tampa Bay won't have Antonio Brown. They won't have Rob Gronkowski, and they won't have all of those other Hall of Fame talents that came along with Tom Brady.
What they got to do with?
Because the same thing that you're using to discredit Matthew Stafford is the same thing that I use to discredit Tom Brady. But you're saying Tom Brady doesn't apply, but it applies for Matthew Stafford. I'm not the one being biased here. I agree with you about Matthew Stafford the same way it applies to.
Because Danny Amendola, Wes Welker, and old Corey Dillon, and
we're talking about Tampa Bay. We're talking about Tom Brady and Tampa Bay.
We're talking about Tom Brady as a whole.
No. We're talking about scenarios. We're talking about a guy left his team to go to a loaded team to win a Super Bowl in his very first year.
Compare the greatest player of all time, bro. It's all ridiculous.
But exactly, Matthew Stafford isn't the greatest quarterback of all time. That lets you know that any quarterback could go to a loaded team and win. What Tom Brady did was pedestrian because even Matthew Stafford could have done it. And you just said Matthew Stafford isn't great. So basically, Tom Brady is no better than Matthew Stafford because you put at least Matthew Stafford on a loaded team and he's winning. You just said it. These basically are your words.
He makes no sense, bro. You act like Tom Brady didn't have a whole career before he got to Tampa Bay.
And so did Matthew Stafford. And people, and a lot of people believe that if Matthew Stafford.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, go ahead.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
What happened when Tom Brady was where he was at and Matthew Stafford was where he's at? What's their record then? That's what you're gonna compare. How did Tom Brady become the GOAT? It's asinine, bro. What you trying to draw is apples and oranges. Is what I'm trying to tell you.
Not really.
You can't make that comparison.
But you just said
it's not the same guy.
No, you pulled up a scenario void of people where you said any old quarterback could have basically have went to the LA.
Stafford.
You said any quarterback could have gone to the LA Rams and did what Matthew Stafford did. Basically, Carson Wentz could have. But I said the same thing about Tom Brady. And when he has Rob Gronkowski, he has Antonio Brown, he has Mike Godwin, Mike Goodwin. You know what I mean? He has Mike Evans, Chris Godwin and Mike Evans. He has Evan Fournier. You understand? He's in a system. He is in a system where any average quarterback could put up 5,000 yards, even when they throw 30 interceptions. So of course when somebody at least as decent as Tom Brady gets in there, he could win because Matthew Stafford could have went in there and won. Or even Russell Wilson could have went in there and won. Or any quarterback that we consider.
We're gonna find out though, but we're gonna find out.
How?
Because
we just did though.
They did have
Matthew Stafford just won. He just showed you that Tom Brady is pedestrian.
No. We're about to find out in Tampa Bay right now.
And how was that? What are we gonna find out in Tampa Bay?
We're gonna find out in Tampa Bay.
But
because Chris Godwin ain't going nowhere.
But where's Antonio Brown?
We don't need that.
Where's Rob Gronkowski? Where's Evan Fournier?
They still got the boy Miller. They still got
It's not the same. They don't have Hall of Fame talent at every position. And that's what Tom Brady had.
Rock said he may come back.
He's not having. Where's Antonio? Where's all those talent? He's not gonna have all that same talent at every receiver position that Tom Brady has. He's gonna have less talent because Antonio Brown is in there. Rob Gronkowski is in there. Those two guys matter.
He might come back, and they still got two other tight ends that could be in the Pro Bowl.
Is Hall of Fame Antonio? Wait, is Hall of Fame Antonio Brown gonna be your fourth option as a receiver now?
That ain't Hall of Fame Antonio Brown number one.
Well, he would have been if he was.
Brown was in Pittsburgh.
Well, what I'm saying though, but he's future Hall of Fame.
Let's not do that.
If
he was still the third wide receiver on the team.
Exactly.
On the team that they got a third wide receiver with that boy Miller is just as cold too. So exactly. Like void of talent is what I'm saying.
They weren't void of talent, and they added more Hall of Fame talent to that team, and now the Hall of Fame talent is going to be gone.
That same talent.
Okay then. So now they're not going to have that same talent. See, you can't compare this year's Tampa Bay team coming up to the Tampa Bay team 2 years ago. They don't have all of that Hall of Fame talent there. You can't compare that. What is more comparable is what Tampa Bay looked like after Tom Brady brought all of his super friends there to what LA Rams kind of look like, and how if you implement Tom Brady and Matthew Stafford and you probably interchange. Listen, you could have put Tom Brady on this LA Rams team and he would have won a championship. You could have put Matthew Stafford on that Tampa Bay team 2 years ago. He would have won a championship. It looks exactly the same. Because that's kind of what you just said. I'm not disrespecting. Because you just said this.
Stafford wouldn't have had Antonio Brown and Gronk come there. That's number one. And then number two, he's not Tom Brady, bro. Stop trying to compare him to Tom Brady.
I'm not comparing him to Tom Brady. I'm just saying, stop making Tom Brady look so great. He's pedestrian. He's no better than Matthew Stafford. He is no better than Matthew Stafford. No, he's not. He's no better than Matthew Stafford. Because now the way I see it, if you would have put Matthew Stafford with Bill Belichick his whole entire career, he would have done what Tom Brady did. Because when these guys leave and they go to super teams, you know what they do? They win rings. Because anybody can do that. It's easy. That's what Tom Brady did. Matthew Stafford did the same thing. You see, you know what was funny, Chill Will? You was all down for that idea when you was running with it with the Matthew Stafford narrative. The moment I brought it in, I gave you the same thing for Tom Brady. Like, whoa, pump the brakes. But it's the same shit. It's the same shit. You just have your bias is doing
Matthew Stafford to Tom Brady.
I'm not
there's no comparison, bro. You sound crazy
because
you keep trying to say you're trying to do scenarios, but you can't bring out the scenario without those two people. They're not even equivalent.
Because also what you're doing, you're looking at all of their past career. You're looking at Matthew Stafford being in Detroit and struggling in Detroit this whole entire time, but putting up great numbers. But you're looking at Tom Brady go through the thing. But I'm gonna tell you this though. Do you believe that? I'm gonna ask you this. Do you believe that Tom Brady would even still be in the league if he was stuck in Detroit for 12 years from the beginning of his career? I don't think anybody feels like Tom Brady would have left. Exactly. You see? Exactly.
Most quarterbacks that are, you still didn't listen to me. You trying to prove a point. And I don't care to prove a point. All I'm saying to you is it's different. You can't compare, like, great quarterbacks, no matter what he had, like I said, i.e. Joe Burrow, i.e. whoever went to a shitty team and catapulted them from shitty to legendary. That's what happened. You know what I'm saying? You see in Cincinnati today, second year, guy that was actually great. He catapulted. Stafford wasn't that guy.
You're right. There's some things that you can't compare.
Look at Josh Allen. Look at Russell Wilson. Look at those. He's never done that.
You're right. There's some areas where you can't compare things, but this is why we look for common denominators. And the common denominator
that's
here,
what we're doing.
exactly.
T,
The,
you're not listening.
the
I
common
gave you one.
denominator. They
T,
both went
T,
to
T,
super teams, and
T,
they both won.
You're not listening though.
Yes.
I gave you a common denominator.
What's the common denominator?
You refuse to acknowledge it.
What's your common denominator?
That when great quarterbacks go to shitty or mediocre squads, they raise their team above and get them rings.
So what happens when mediocre quarterbacks go? So what happens
quarterbacks.
when good to mediocre quarterbacks go to super teams?
They can do whatever. We're not talking about.
So no, what happened? Okay.
Tom Brady didn't go to a super
How
team.
what do you consider?
Tom Brady didn't go to a super
but
team.
he had a super team.
Tom Brady never
That
went
was
to
a super.
team.
Come on now, that was a super team in Tampa Bay 2 years ago.
You was talking about one situation. We're talking about Matthew Stafford and Tom Brady.
Okay, we're talking about Matthew Stafford.
Tom Brady.
His first year.
Tom
Matthew
Brady
Stafford
didn't
his
have a bunch
first
of
year.
super teams and won the Super Bowl with a bunch of super teams.
We're talking about Matthew Stafford his first year in LA Rams, and we're talking about Tom Brady his first year in Tampa Bay. The common denominator is the great team that both of these quarterbacks had around them.
When you
No,
say
that's what we're
Matthew
talking
Stafford
about.
is just as good as Tampa Bay, bro, we not. Because you said Matthew Stafford would be just as good as Tom Brady if he was in New England.
No, I didn't say that. Oh, yes, I did.
No.
He would have been. Yes, he would have.
He did.
Yes, he would have. He would have been just as good as Tom Brady in New England. And also, you also agreed with me that Tom Brady wouldn't have been as successful as Matthew Stafford in Detroit.
I don't know what he would have been.
He
Tom
would.
Brady, I don't know.
See?
But I know he's not Matthew Stafford.
He's not Matthew Stafford.
Matthew Stafford is
okay.
What he is.
So
He's
what? Okay. So what were you saying about Matthew Stafford?
Lot of knowledge.
Marcus, oh goddamn pots and pans. I swear to God. Okay, sorry, Chill Will. Okay, so what were you saying about Matthew Stafford and his accomplishments with these LA Rams?
What I'm talking about Detroit Lions. My point is every great quarterback rises his team.
Okay.
To at least be competitive, at least go to the playoffs.
Okay.
At least Dan Marino, like he came short. Warren Moon came short. But these guys lifted their team astronomically. They were the main reason. Matthew Stafford never did that. He never did it. You never seen him lift his team. He ain't had no bunch of playoff victories. We ain't got to talk. We can't talk about him in the same vein as a Russell Wilson or Ben Roethlisberger because he just didn't raise it. I'm not saying yes, he was in Detroit, but it's a lot of people that was on bad teams that was still great. Archie Manning was great on a bad team. You still knew he was great. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's certain people that was just great.
So you never thought Matthew Stafford was a good quarterback this whole entire time?
He was good. No, he was good. Okay. He wasn't an elevator of his squad for whatever reason. I don't know why.
Okay.
But he just never elevated his squad.
Matthew Stafford's a good quarterback, but not a great quarterback.
Jackson.
Wait, I'm asking you. So Matthew Stafford's a good quarterback, not a great quarterback.
Yes. Okay. But you can't compare the two, though.
No, I'm just asking. No, I'm just trying to get. I'm just trying to get your lines. I'm trying to get your lines.
I mean, he probably go to after this, he probably will go to the Hall of Fame though, just because he got a lot of numbers. So because it's a different game.
So what was your issue with Matthew Stafford going to LA Rams?
I had no issue with it. I'm just saying when you try to compare him to Tom Brady's situation, ain't the same.
But I didn't compare him to Tom Brady's situation until you brought up a scenario that was very similar to Tom Brady's scenario.
But he's not Tom Brady, bro. We can't do that. We gotta have somebody equivalent. You know what I'm saying? If you said Matthew Stafford compared to, I don't know.
But you understand though. But I understand that Matthew Stafford isn't Tom Brady, but they both did similar things. They both left and they both went to this.
What I'm saying to you, I need you to listen. All right, hear me out on this. If we go to the racetrack, we go to the same racetrack with all the amenities, with all the bells and whistles, and I take a Toyota and you take a fucking Saab. You know what I'm saying? I don't take a fucking GT, whatever, GT Dodge, GT, whatever the fuck, and you take a Honda Civic. It's not the same, bro. You're like, are we on the same track? No, it's not the same. Like you can't compare.
But it's not the same track. They have similar cars. The vehicle that Tom Brady won the Super Bowl with.
No, they don't have similar cars, bro.
The vehicle that Tom Brady won the Super Bowl with, and the vehicle that Matthew Stafford won the vehicle with is the same fucking car. They won the Super Bowl with the same vehicle. The only difference with Tom Brady's car is that
same
Tom
vehicle,
Brady's
bro.
car was already a sports car, and then he souped it up even more.
Not listening. And then, no, you're not listening to what I'm saying, bro. That's
See,
not the comparison.
you just have a
bro.
bias.
The
You have a
track
bias
is
against
what it is.
Matthew Stafford, and you like Tom Brady enough to not
I don't have a bias. I don't have-
not apply
I don't
it to
have
Tom
a bias
Brady.
against Matthew Stafford or not. I don't care for neither one of them. Or for I'm just saying you can't compare because they're two different people.
They are two
You
different
can't
people,
say,
but they
hey,
did similar
you
things.
said this is the scenario. No, listen, but you're telling me this is the same scenario. They went to a same scenario, the same venue, same whatever. So the venue is the racetrack. The only variable is the people. So if I take two cars to the same racetrack and when you get, you know what I'm saying, you get certain results. I mean, that's fine. That's great. But at the end of the day, you can't compare if it's two different vehicles. Like it's just they're two different people. Like you can't compare the GOAT to Matthew Stafford.
I'm not comparing their full body of work. I'm comparing what they did for 1 year. And for 1 year, both guys went to loaded teams and won a Super Bowl. And that's like how you feel that a lot of people could have went to this LA Rams team. A lot of mediocre quarterbacks, a lot of good but not great quarterbacks could have went to this LA Rams team and won a Super Bowl. I say the same thing about that Tampa Bay team that Tom Brady won a Super Bowl with. A lot of good but not great quarterbacks could have won a Super Bowl with that same team.
That's cool. That's cool. But
that just shows you that but that also shows you that they both had completely totally different scenarios. One had stability in New England and Bill Belichick, and you show what that stability and consistency does for you, and you showed what instability did for actually a very talented quarterback that a lot of people thought, damn, if he only really had some structure or a team around him, he probably could win the big one. And the first time he actually had a structure and a good team around him, he won the big one. Tom Brady was always blessed with structure and good teams and good structure. You understand? And then he went to a super team 1 year and he did the same thing. But what if I said anybody could have won a Super Bowl with those teams? Russell Wilson could have won a Super Bowl with that team that Tom Brady had. You understand? Matthew Stafford could have won a ring now that we see.
In New England?
No, in Tampa Bay.
But my point is that I got that, but when you start going outside of that,
but also listen, there's a lot of quarterbacks. I believe if they were put,
you start comparing him beyond, bro. What I'm saying though is you can't say, all right, that 1 year, and then you start comparing Matthew Stafford like you Tom Brady. That's ridiculous. Like he ain't got no previous resume before, and all your only arguments is say, well, he was in Detroit. Like he had just the shittiest teams ever. Like he never had a chance to make the playoffs ever in Detroit.
Detroit's ownership does not care about their team and they don't invest into it. And that's something that is said by every player that leaves there. That's not from me. That is from every player that leaves there. There's kind of a reason why their players kind of retire around like 30 years old. That's not my listen. This is what comes out of Detroit athletes. But this also helps answer a lot of the what ifs. Like I said, we believe that a lot of quarterbacks, a lot of good quarterbacks, if put in Tom Brady's same scenario, would have been just as good. But now you even see it. You know what? You can't really compare what happened with Bill Belichick because that was kind of a unique, freakish scenario. Now let's compare if everybody gets a chance to do what Tom Brady did when he went to Tampa Bay, because a lot of people like to give him credit or give him an immense amount of credit for what he did in Tampa Bay. But you just discredited what Matthew Stafford did in LA, and it's the same thing that Tom Brady did in Tampa Bay, because it is the same thing. Any good to average quarterback could have went on those teams.
Bro,
what?
You keep doing this. Bro.
What am I doing?
It has nothing to do with because you can't remove Tom Brady's or Matthew Stafford's resume before they got here. We knew Tom Brady was great before they got here. So him doing it was not really no surprise. And we in general, but it was still a great thing. Like, all right, that was super great. It was like you knew we could do it.
And we thought that Matthew Stafford was good, but in a bad situation. And we always wondered what would happen if he was in a good team. So the moment he had the same even playing field as Tom Brady, he won a championship.
But he still never rode. He never was in that great area.
And I said, if Tom Brady, if we reverse scenarios, We all believe that Matthew Stafford would have already won a championship if he was put in the same scenario as Tom Brady. But none of us believe that Tom Brady would have.
Don't all believe that.
Oh, that's bullshit.
Time out.
That's bullshit.
Saying
That's
that.
bullshit. That's bullshit.
No one believes Matthew Stafford was going to beat.
If Matthew Stafford was put in the same scenario for the last 20 years that Tom Brady has been in that New England system for the last 20 years, we all believe that he would have had a championship right now. Nobody believes that Tom Brady would have won a championship if he would have been a quarterback in Detroit his whole entire career. He would have been out of the league in 2 years.
What that was? That's crazy. How we gonna know that?
Because Tom Brady was never that natural thrower of the football. Like, come on, we all know it. We all have seen it.
No, I didn't say that.
Proof is in the pudding.
I mean, you can
Tom
say
Brady.
That. You can try to say that, but
Tom Brady's scenario may have been better than Matthew Stafford's, but Tom Brady is not better than Matthew Stafford. And Matthew Stafford just proved it.
All right. I don't know. I got you.
This
is crazy.
Hey, like I said, the first time they had an even playing field, Matthew Stafford made what Tom Brady did look pedestrian. Not only did it win a championship.
It's not like you acting like people come in to New England and they just plugged and play and won championships in New England. Like they didn't do that. I guess like when Tom Brady wasn't there, it wasn't New England. They could win, but they wasn't New England.
No, New England became New England when Bill Belichick got there.
Man, come on.
Because he was doing that with Drew Bledsoe.
He left a situation, he went to another situation and won. So all that New England shit is a moot point when you talking about him winning somewhere else.
So then whatever Matthew Stafford did in Detroit is a moot point. He left one situation, went to another situation, but you just said whatever time out. You just said whatever Tom Brady did in New England is a moot point. Whatever Matthew Stafford did in Detroit is a moot point. He left a situation, went to another situation, and won. At some point in time, you can't keep changing the goalposts. You have to find that common denominator. What you're saying for one quarterback, you're not saying for the next.
Well, meaning because they got the same quarterback, bro.
Listen, you just said what Tom Brady did in New England is a moot point. So if what they did before is a moot point, then we're going to compare them from the loaded team in Tampa Bay and the loaded team in LA, and they both did the same exact thing. Because anybody can do what Tom Brady does.
But that has nothing to do with the point I was trying to make. Meaning if he did it in New England, he did it in Tampa, that means it wasn't a fluke. If they want to talk about how the system was this, system was that, regardless of whatever he went to, he did it one place, he did it in another place.
Well, he went to a loaded team to do it. And we just lost the feed on Podbean. And folks, I'm not going to lie to you. We're going to have to pick up this discussion a little bit later. That's how heated things get here on the MyT Sports Podcast, folks. We ain't even getting into any more Knicks talk. We're not getting into any more Super Bowl talk. That is it for the show. I want to thank you guys for listening, right? I hope you guys always catch a wave that never subsides. It's already 11:30. I got to make sure that I get off the air before Valentine's Day is officially over because I'm trying to get my squeak on. So I hope you guys have a wonderful evening. And, yo, can you please play my outro so I can stop rambling?
Sorry, B. I tried. Honest. All the bandwidth in the world couldn't keep me contained. No lag. Gonna share my talents with Podbean Live. Always knew I'd take the pod there.
63? Did I do a 62?
Just a lot later than a lot of listeners thought. Last of the real gabbers. Well, maybe not the last. Munchkin got good mic skills. New, improved MyT podcaster.
You know what, baby? Thank you.
Now.
I fucking love you. Oh, I got 100 likes on fucking... You know what?
Bars closing. Sun's out. Heard the casino got a buffet breakfast. Don't want to go far. Wild night. Tired, B. Tired. My